Now, yeah, you might be asking yourself why I'm standing behind this random-ish tree in this random-ish field with the gooses holding this random apple. Well, first off, I love apples. But the real reason I'm holding this apple is because today we are celebrating one of America's most iconic folk heroes, one Johnny Appleseed. You see, he's pretty much single-handedly responsible for America's love of my favorite fruit. But who was Johnny Appleseed? I mean, was he even a real dude? Did he wander the countryside dropping apple seeds wherever he went? Well, he was actually Johnny Chapman, son of Nathaniel Chapman, who was actually a soldier in George Washington's Continental Army and also one of the first Minutemen. Interesting stuff. Johnny was something of a businessman. No, more like a nurseryman. Now, see, what he would do is he would try to figure out where the pioneers were going to settle in this country, and then he'd go there early and plant orchards. So by the time the pioneers got there, there was already a bunch of apple trees already there. He traveled constantly, never really settling down anywhere. All said and done, he planted over 100,000 square miles of apple orchards in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Indiana, some of which still exist to this day. Johnny was, to put it mildly, a bit eccentric. He wasn't your typical frontiersman. The dude was actually a vegetarian and thought it was cruel to ride a horse or chop down a tree. In fact, he walked barefoot, even if it was snowy or icy outside, and he actually wore a kettle as a hat, which I guess kind of makes sense. You have a little cooking pot as a hat. Makes sense. You see, Johnny was a deeply religious man. He gave most of his money away to those in need, and he was actually quite friendly with the native Indians, which wasn't always the most popular stance to have. Johnny Appleseed Chapman, a rare breed, a rugged individualist, and yet a gentle humanitarian. Today, Treehouse salutes you, Mr. Appleseed.